Hey everyone, it's Philip and David from Red Barn Honeybees. It is May 23rd and we are out here at our vineyard location. We're going to be introducing the queens to the splits that we took yesterday. So we have our smoker ready and we're going to go see how the splits are going to take to these new queens that we have. If everything goes right, we should see the bees come over the top of the cages and try to take care of the queen through the cage. They should be trying to feed her and kind of groom her, and that's how we know that they're accepting her. If we see any sort of aggressive behavior, we'll have to take a look back through the hive and make sure that we didn't accidentally transfer a queen from the hives that we split these bees off from yesterday. So let's go see what happens. That drone got stuck up top.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Alright, so we have our queens here with their attendants. We're going to see what these ladies think of their new Royal Highness. So as you can see, they're doing what we want them to do. They're not aggressively going up and balling up on her. They're coming up, they're trying to get a whiff of her pheromones and take a look at her and take care of her. So this is exactly what we want to see. I hope that was all in the frame. So now what we do with this style cage is that we're going to put it with the candy plug facing up in between two frames. We'll kind of push it in there and pinch it so that she doesn't fall down. And the reason why you want to aim the candy plug tube up is in case if any bees were to die, they should fall out of the way. They shouldn't block the entrance for her to get out. So, so like I said, they're all over it. They're trying to take care of her. There's no aggressive where they're actively trying to sting her through it. So this is what we want to see. I want to put her between two brood frames.
So when is she gonna get out?
A couple of days they'll have her out.
See, I thought we were just gonna let her go in there.
I mean, we could try just loose releasing one if you wanted to.
No, I don't want to.
Must have gotten some honey on me.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to town on that candy plug though, trying to get her out already. Alright. That looks like that's going to be a good, successful introduction. So we'll check back in 3 to 5 days probably and see if they have her out, and then we'll check for the queen. Get a little puff in there. You can hear that queenless roar though.
Yeah.
Coming up and checking her out. I would say they look pretty happy. These are some full milks too. It's not what you want to do.
Oh, down.
You smoke there. I think we're gonna have to pull her out. This part's gonna get cut out of the video.
Sideways and okay, let me pull another one.
Alright. Try not to make him too mad. What an introduction, huh?
Motherhood. They don't have a hook on them like those wood ones.
Yeah. Yeah, that should be good.
These ones aren't quite as happy as the other ones right now.
They're not really bumping though, they're just flying. On to hive number 3. So that loud roar you can hear is typically what they call the queenless roar. So a lot of times whenever they lose their queen, they'll make this large, really loud noise. So this all looks good so far. We're coming over and checking her out. Checking me out. I must have some honey on my gloves still. I mean, they are happily trying to take care of her there, so. You had it out at Z's. It was in the grass. Yeah. Condense these frames down a little bit. You can really hear the roar in this one. see what they think of this lady. So as you can see, once they get a smell of her pheromone, they really start making their way over to her. So like I said, if this behavior was different and say you were trying to introduce a queen and they were balling up the cage and kind of arching their abdomen and trying to sting her through the slats in the cage, you would probably have to double check and make sure that you didn't accidentally transfer a queen. You'd have to go through and really do a deep look through just to make sure that you didn't accidentally do that, because they'll reject any queens if they still have their old one, or if say they had a virgin in there or some sort like that. So, but yeah, they are completely covering her up and they're looking happy, so we'll get them closed up here. And so the reason why we leave them in these cages is that there is a candy plug right there that they will slowly eat through to release her into the colony. It just helps them get a little more time to spread her pheromone around the hive and to be really used to her scent, so that when she does come out, they are fully accepting of her. So they're looking happy so far. Yeah, they're trying to take care of her. So if we come back in 3 to 5 days here, I bet we'll see all 5 of these queens released and happy to go. We'll have to watch this one. This one is probably the smallest population, so they might be a candidate for a frame of brood later on. I think probably when we come back and check them too, we should bring full hives, hive bodies, maybe transfer them over and get them in 10 framers and put a feeder in there, and nobody gets stuck above the lid.